best 1 month in India, yen na ebeje to say, oh my Ghana, doom so ashasi a empotemu ahodo bebre ene ubra wo dem wo se wo kwagye mframa kakra wo ye se wo sofa na pre ne adum no wo se wo so TV ahwe kakra pre ne adum no ama enam so ama saa dum so yi asai Ghana fo bebre ni oma na anu adakra no e western region ho ba bi de manfo e wo ho no bubra ECG for office ekwaye demonstration kese pa na enya asem ketua ni nyina no eye omonioma a omususu se dumso ya ekoso yi na ese no na enu akire no na yenya nantia nso se akoso mbo ho no engine room a chese electricity a ekotwuko obrema nyina no eho na wo generation na monitor neoma systems ni ade apparatus ni equipment nyina agu ho no ebeto odwa se ejakase bi ato ho no mama equipment ewo ho a omode ye electricity hu neoma nyina de emufa dodo na ano ahia na enya asenketu anti quickly omo a na omo defend NDC amayoko no ewo saa dumso yin dodo na aba bonten ede saa ejai be ye propaganda ye Kevin Taylor mo ene amanfo bi e ka ho Kevin Taylor kra ni argument obeye ni say NDC amanyoko sorry NPP fo ni bi omo akoso bo honum ene sabotage government a ebimu akoko twaja ato ho ene ade chese the point of the issue ni nyina for Kevin Taylor ne say sa dumso ya ekoso yi eye NPP amanyoko no ene ekoso sa dumso yi abaya free abaimu for more than 1 year ekeka ko 1.5 years no still ano Kevin Taylor busu blame omo for eye ensema na say issues a ebekoso ewo man mu ha na no ena NDC amanyoko no supporter ba ko asise die o say His Excellency Ur Mahama at disappointing no enti Ghana first say de ono no odwene Ghana ho first and sample no adwene ono ankasa na amanyoko no NDC no ho aba abonten aba be expose Kevin Taylor ede energy minister ankasa anu mu asem aba abonten ababe expose Kevin Taylor na ebusia nika keke ohwe kwaya a wafa so a waka ansem ahodo de a che Kevin Taylor ene minister na ankasa anu mu asem dia na ese Kevin Taylor in 2026 ye Benjin dey say after this video bibimpo ebeko akwa Kevin Taylor video biom because onu ane nkofo na start here omo exposing it ebusia
energy minister ne dia beto abontin o dia beto dwase eye dumso na ekoso no sa na enye MPP fuo ena ese akire o enti sa na allegation na eye Kevin Taylor de beto dwane sa na ye ntoro eye propaganda eye fucking allegation nansa bi ani wo de yenti ensem energy minister de beto dwa wo de yenti.
Investigation indicates that some of the thermal plants are down. Specifically, TAPCO is down, TICO is down, and so they are not generating enough power. But more importantly, there's a lack of fuel in the system. Because of the financial constraints, government has not been able to procure adequate fuel to fire some of our thermal plants, culminating in the load shedding that we're experiencing. 1 month of load shedding is more than enough. This is not sporadic, this is continuous, this is persistent, and we think that the handlers of the power sector should do the onerous thing by informing the people of Ghana so they can plan ahead of time. This deliberate fixation on denial and deceiving the people of Ghana can no longer hold. Our investigation.
What are some of the kind? Kevin Taylor, Kevin Taylor, one more the reason why dumso no koso. Kevin Taylor, now no, what the was what's we a journalist, what's we a politician, what's what Ghana for who, what's what a citizen of Ghana for who, and your selfishness, and your fununti, and we did the NDC. Na would the NDC because of NDC for Numapa? Would the NDC for because of hope a better life in the Amagana? Who the NDC for because of 4% Ghana a fan into my perfla ote. Says it's a wati. Problem ne da hono. And in necessity ye who videos. I catch it by me say. This is the issue. This is the problem. It's yes, you focus to problem, no. Na ye solve it. Na Ghana for who power mo. Na say dum so badge. Dum so tag. Na ye dia tag NDC since 2016, no. Up to now, no. Sa tag them paper forever and ever. Ye jai problem neka. And MPP a one more co-opposition, you who are left and right. One the problem because MPP not through opposition. MPP through opposition. They don't have any idea of electricity. No, one more through opposition. But program about the MP and the NDC. See now who they say MPP for? Like, what you know what I want to say? NDC war power. I energy minister Babon Tia Bekasa. This is the reason why you do me light. One more the reason why. Waja as a journalist, waja when here, waja go, some men can't watch them. But me babe sabotage MPP a woman need power. What was the essence of doing that to MPP? What was the essence of doing that? What buying our power? Focus what buying on our buying the right thing from Ghana for. MPP phone to me Ghana and into the actual body MPP. It is a new man yet. Not send this about power as a so to me solve it. Either you like it or not. Umpo. MPP best and this best solving the problem. Yen for dumso no yen fan kwase MPP either you like it or not. Yen be say NDC because NDC na wa power and yen MPP na wa power and ye very disgrace yen go ase aduma NDC government say obetena ho na MPP ni a owo position wo owo position no be you obe sabotage NDC na NDC government na tena ho actually so sabotage no and you go say you failure and I'm sick and tired. It's so wow. Can you go say some obiti abruchi? And you failure no guasia. Common sense. Obiti abruchi. E decide. I mean, decide.
So, Umbetime Kumasi Dieni, I just said by the end of this year. Because what they want to do in Kumasi is to permanently resolve issues never Kumasi. Kumasi peculiar. As I said, last year, last 2 years, more peculiar. Because Kumasi no, or BSP me no. If you are no crown ocean load anyway, ever Kumasi na Kumasi BSP no crown here back on the account. And a idea was a Kumasi the Omoshe no mutimi nentem. Omutsemo by the end of this year they will be able to finish. Now ma Kumasi the netimi akwe one thing but maybe subsequently we'll talk a bit more about Kumasi the. Let me come back to the fear I have, man. The fear I have now and it's any so we share total generation capacity here. In 2017 time our MPP take it over no. Adia no moka pan say you excess capacity. Man 8-9 years down the line, as we speak, engineers will tell you, say, for every power system, we hear the friend reserve margin. Reserve margin, almost 25% of your total generation capacity. Margin. As reserve. In case of BBA, or reserve margin.
The 25 out of our 5,000.
5,000. I will say that as reserve. In the time, an MPP can excess capacity. Now, Omayi reserve not on chain. Still, there was excess. They had issues with it because we were paying for the excess capacity, which is not a problem as it were, because a year power purchase agreement, I'm IPP in the plant taba, or securities be, and yes, I won't farmer. In the also year take or pay. It's normal with a lot of the PP agreement I sign. You understand? It's a problem. But my challenge now is that as we speak, you need reserve margin. Yes. Even when I cost some 1,000 megawatts never back on streamer. See, what it means is that they are generating as a country, you know, and only use.
How did it happen?
Yeah, say demand for power no it grow year on year. Energy Commission say grow 12%. In absolute terms, that's 400 megawatts every year. Into year on year, your demand air cost 400 megawatts, meaning say every year, and we'll see a generation capacity of 400 megawatts at the back count. We don't do that.
But year on, we'll be year about it.
We don't do
That's
that.
The challenge.
In the excess capacity now near one.
Achiabishim.
What we generate and you use. It only, man, say, Akosombo back on stream and the exchange say, power you want you use. It is a plant never to Chima say, Kim, will be back to load shedding. And that is what I think the Honorable Minister would have to focus on now going forward. Say, we need to bring in some emergency power now. Because even when Akosombo comes back on stream, not see any issue with any of our plants, we have an issue. And I think the minister should look at that. And I am happy, for my conversations and all of that, plans are underway to get some, IPPs to come in immediately. Now, at least, a reserve margin or enter. So, and yes, man, in the next 6 months, 1 year, we may be. But as we speak, when him say, because of challenge now, but the power in the Cote d'Ivoire and the Burkina Faso, I say, I suspended for some time. Because we cannot continue. Say, that is the situation now. That is the situation now. And I think, and only because and so say MPP buy and excess power, or say they no more canon. They were not very aggressive. Men can say Oman for generation capacity be uncount, but Oman are very aggressive, And that aggression now armor for them to add more generation, and also count But I think this administration, should know where we are. We have no reserve margin now. And we need to fast track in getting some emergency power in. Now into me, M1. That's the situation. By the end of this week, so with me, yes, our bypass from Akosombo to Temana. Then we'll get all the 1,000 megawatts from Akosombo on. Now, man, is stable. And also, after Sergio, and I think the minister should also be clear on that to the Ghanaian people. Say, man, even when Akosombo back on stream, because they are still injecting some transformers, still a man from Kenya Ebedum. Because there are faults in the system, still a man from Kenya Ebetimi Edum. Ekokoba said in say Ghana gas, omo plant maintenance work. Now it was so call off. Now gas no emma. There will be a problem. A man for a Kenya Ebedum. I think we should holistically explain things to the Ghanaian people. Now Obia Koma and Tonyem, but I think going forward, the issue of our reserve margin, we have to look at it and look at it very, very, very well.
Well,
I just said the assembly.
Well, be well spoken. I feel that I'm say Wednesday after Minister Daka say I'm say Wednesday. Me per se this in-depth analysis. I don't want the minister to be around technocrats to be speaking to us. I want the Ghanaian community to understand that these games that we've played ourselves when it comes to the energy sector is very unfortunate. We have to now sit as a country and have a frank conversation. Maybe if you want to go by what has happened in the past, they are achieving what we want to achieve going forward. A very difficult. The truth as we speak now, they say we should have a timetable to that effect. Two, say problems here. Ashanti region is a peculiar situation, which is going to have another serious matter altogether. Even with our Kosovo generated 1,000 you need excess. It will have a problem at hand. That problem cannot be solved politically. That problem cannot be solved just by taking people off their post. That problem is a holistic problem. You need partisan readings, no, in film. And then patriotic towards that approach. You know,
a man for Kasena, Obi wa ECG, or sabotage system, and Obi waha. Oh man, that thing, it's complete crap. Complete crap. I mean, I've read in ECG before. Say, yes, they have their difficult or more challenges. But man, the best electrical engineers in our country, ECG. All the best electrical engineers from the best schools in Ghana, ECG. They have some of the best brains. Inti, this thing where when government back is against the wall, now you obi the blame a man on obi baby no sabotaging obi say, let's stop those things. Let's stop those. In summer McCain, so we need reserve margin if obi or sabotage but reserve margin ni ho. That's a plant back on eco offer. You would have to set load and for obi or sabotage you know, until we need to be to go above sir and come away we Charlie, it's not cool.
The questions were being asked that how are we building our generation, adding on to what we already have? And the issues they raised during 2017 was the fact that we had excesses that was sitting down doing nothing. And ye tres can ye bokantie can be. And ye sikasem ayebisi basa. As we speak, according to Obi, we do not have that luxury of even having a reserve. Talk of having excesses that is sitting somewhere and we are not paying for. They didn't bring any power batch. There was nothing like finding ways in generating more or generating, because that excess we had. Now, there were issues with finances. You see what the problem is, and it's a year ensure any degenerate here. The rest in and that is a major problem, because you need a lot of dollars to go and buy that fango to be able to put that power plant on and give us that generation we need. Are we also paying the needed amount of money as electricity bills to meet that demand? To be able to allow ECG to do these kind of works to enable almost me abwa na sa